Welcome to everybody. Today discussed regarding control system engineering chapter 1 fundamentals of control systems. My name is Arun Ranjan Nayak, HOD electrical engineering in Nilachal Polytechnic. First of all, we have to discuss regarding introduction. So different terms. What are the terms related with control systems? First is system. A combination of or arrangement of a number of different physical components to form a whole unit such that combining unit performs to achieve a certain goal. Next is control. The action to command, direct or regulate the systems. Next, plant or process. The part or components of a system that is required to be controlled, known as plant or process. Next term is input. It is signal or excitation supplied to a control system. Next, output. It is the actual response obtained from the control systems. Next term is controller. The part or component of a system that controls the plant. Next, disturbances. The signal that has adverse effect on the performance of a system known as disturbances. Next, control system. A system that can command, direct or regulate itself or another system to achieve a certain goal. Next one is actuator. It is the device that causes the process to provide the output. It is the device that provides the motive power to the process. Design. The process of conceiving or inventing the forms, parts and details of a system to achieve a specified purpose. Next one, feedback signal. A measure of the output of the system used for feedback to control the system. Negative feedback. The output signal is feedback so that it subtracts from the input signal. Next one is block diagram. The unidirectional operational blocks that represents the transfer function of the element of the system known as block diagram. Next, also study regarding SFG, that is signal flow graph. A diagram that consists of nodes connected by several directed branches, and that is a graphical representation of a set of linear relations. Next, specifications. It is statements that explicitly state what the device or the product is to be and to do. It is also defined as a set of prescribed performance criteria. Next, open loop control system. A system that utilizes a device to control the process without using feedback. Thus, the output has no effect upon the signal to the process. Next one is closed loop feedback control system. A system that uses a measurement of the output and compares it with the desired output, known as closed loop feedback control system. But open loop control system, it is a system that utilizes the devices to control the process without using feedback. Thus, output has no effect upon the signal to the processes. Stability. It is a notation that describes whether the system will be able to follow the input command. In an on-rigorous sense, a system is said to be unstable if its output is out of control or increases without bound. Next, concept of control system. A control system manages the commands, directs or regulates the behavior of other devices or system using control loops. It can range from a single home heating controller using a control system. That is, one is input, middle one is the control bus system, output is represented here. The thermostat controlling a domestic boiler to large industrial control system which are used for controlling the processes or machines. A control system is a system which provides desired response by controlling the output. The following figures shows the simple block diagrams of a control system. For example, traffic lights control system, washing machine used in a control system. So next, classification of the control systems. The continuous time and discrete time control system. The control system can be classified as continuous time control system and discrete time control system based on the type of signal used. Then SISO and MIMO control systems. The control system can be classified as SISO control system and MIMO control system based on the inputs and output presence. So what is SISO? Single input, single output system. Have one input and one output, whereas in MIMO, multiple units having multiple outputs. Control system have more than one input and more than one output. Then open loop and closed loop control systems. First one is open loop control system. So the output is not feedback to the input, so the control section is independent of the desired output. This is the controller plant. We are giving the input signal. The controller amplify and radiate actuating signals. The actuating signals then pass to the plant for the process. Then at the output we are getting a fixed amount of the output. The following figure shows the block diagram of the open loop control system. Here an output is applied to a controller and it produces an actuating signal or controlling signal. This signal is given as an input to a plant or process which is to be controlled. So the plant produces an output which is controlled. The traffic lights control system, which is we discussed earlier in the example of an open loop control systems. In that case, in open loop control system, the output is back to the input, so the control action is independent of the desired output. The following figure shows the block diagram of a negative feedback control system. This one is the summing point where input is given to the system, and here the output signal is there. From the output to the input, a feedback signal or a feedback element is directly connected to the summing point. Then the summing point output we are getting the error signal. The error signal whenever allowed to pass to the controller, then controller controls or amplify, then provides actuating signals. These actuating signals then allowed to pass to the plant. The output of the plant, we are getting the output. Then any deviation in the output side, any error in the output side, which will be feedback negatively to the summing point or the detector of the summing points. The error detect or produces an error signal, which is the difference between the input and output signal. This feedback signal is obtained from the block, where this feedback signal is obtained from the block by considering the output of overall system as an input to the block. Instead of the direct input, the error signal is applied as an input to a controller. So the controller produces an actuating signal which is controls the plant. In this combination, the output of the control system is adjusted automatically till we get the desired response. Of the following table. This one is open loop control system, this one is closed loop control system. So in open loop side, the control action is independent of the desired output. In closed loop side, control action is independent of the desired output. In open loop side, feedback path is not present. In closed loop side, feedback path is present. In open loop side, there are also called as non-feedback control system. These are also called as feedback control system. Easy to design and this is difficult to design. These are economical, these are costlier. These are inaccurate, these are accurate.